Good day, everybody. This is a quick review of the WeatherFast 10x10x8 shelter. I've had this thing up for one winter so far, and this is actually the first summer it's seeing. And I just want to say a couple of things about this. The material it's actually made of is far different than what you might be used to from Harbor, Freight or whatever, and Shelter Logic shelters. Like, this is far different. My other Shelter Logic, I put vents in up the top, and I actually put the Pulleys Easy kit on it. This material, you can see here, it's kind of fraying on the stitching, and I'm afraid to cut it. I don't really want to cut it because I'm afraid that that's going to happen right there. It's almost like a tent material, canvas almost. It's poly something or other. We're going to step inside, and you guys saw how bright it was outside, and this camera makes it look a lot brighter than it actually is in here. But it's actually quite dark in here. There's a little bit of light coming in right there. So as like my other one, I put a shop light in, and this is actually more like what it looked like outside right now. You can see there, every once in a while in certain spots, I have little almost transparent spots there, and I don't know if it's because it's got this coating on it or not. Like right there, you can kind of see a little light coming through. This thing does a great job of keeping the moisture out, amazingly. See some of the lines there, what I'm talking about. I did put a pole on the bottom. I didn't really weigh it down though, but it makes it easy to roll this thing up and stow it with these straps. They seem to be holding up okay. I got my anchors in on the front corners, and I just got a brick. Well, my plow is against that, and this friggin' plow is heavy. And it's right beside the house too, so this thing isn't going to see weather the way my other one did. If you guys have watched that video on the worst storm my shelter ever experienced. This thing's been hanging up pretty good, and it works fine. Like, I actually, right now I'm working on my Sportsman. I just did a transmission job, and I'm waiting for the guy to show up because I've never done this, but it's off topic here, but that's a new clutch, rebuilt, and it's off a 570, newer one. And anyway, that's a whole different thing. I'll do a video there for my other channel on this probably. But anyway, yeah, so I did run power, and I've got a battery maintainer over here on this wall. It is sitting on pressurized wood, treated pressure 2x6 is what I did. I just cut it up. I didn't put that anchor in. It's just sitting on a block. But for the most part, this thing hasn't budged. We've had some pretty severe weather, like we do here in Eastern Ontario. We do get some, and as you guys can see too, there's no grass. This is straight up dirt, and this is the first year this thing's been up. And unlike the Shelter Logic, I had a lot of grass growing in my Shelter Logic. I just kept maintaining it. And this stuff here, I can pretty much just scrape this off. I could probably come out here and sweep this, to be honest with you. It's really hard packed dirt. And that goes to show you how much light doesn't come through here. And again, that's the difference, you know, and that's actually how bright it is outside. And we're on a, you know, it is a dark day today, but yeah, she's been holding up good. Kind of puffed up a bit, like I do. I recommend for all your shelters. I don't care if I did it with this one too. This actually recommends go really tight. Shelter Logic recommends you keep it not tight. So that's I keep it so that there's lots of room for this thing to flex. I don't want it to rip and tear like the Shelter Logics do. But yeah, so far this thing's been up, and I've actually seen one other person in town actually has this exact same one, and it's in the shade. It's well protected, and they've had that one. I think they've had that one up for a few years now. So, and it looks just like this. So this one isn't quite protected. It's not quite the same, but you know, it's not right out there where my other shelter was. And I might end up putting up another one. That is not my car. So don't think I've got a BMW, because I don't. I'm selling my lawn tractor. That's my rain barrel, you know, call it a rain barrel. It took 2 days to fill that thing up. Different subject. Anyway, that's the 10 by 10 by 8 WeatherTek camo shelter. Would I recommend it? Yeah, actually I would. The way it straps down is a little different. I kind of like it. Like right there, you can see how it hooks together here, and you come down here, and it actually hooks in here and somewhere in here. I can't remember where it is, but it did get pulled up. But they just connect like that. There's pieces of them, and then you just pull them tight. I don't know what. I think you get a way easier time tightening this up than I did my Shelter Logic. This material, like I said, is different. It's like I said, it's really close to being tent material, like good tent material, not that plasticky kind of stuff. This has actually got like a texture to it, a rough section or pressure to it. So anyway, it's funny how far I got to go back when I'm recording with my phone. Like I'm almost to the end of my driveway, for crying out loud, just to get this thing in full view. But you think I would live in a rich neighborhood too? You know, a Porsche, a BMW, whatever. It is what it is. But anyway, guys, this is my WeatherTek. Like the video if you liked it. If you have any questions about it, or if you have one or you've experienced the WeatherTek, what do you guys think of it? Would you prefer the Shelter Logic over the WeatherTek, or the WeatherTek over the Shelter Logic? Let me know in the comments, guys. I do appreciate every single one of you guys. If you guys like what you saw, please subscribe to my channel. As always, I like you guys to show support for this channel and what I do. Like it, share it if you really liked it, and leave a comment as always. With that being said, guys, I'm going to turn the camera around on me as I get my hand in my way, and I guess that's it for now. I will see you guys in the next one, and here's a bad ending. All right, there it is, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Peace out.